Today I have not one, not two, but three parcels from CEX. I'm not entirely sure why it's come as three, but I still don't think this includes one other game that I paid for the other day because CEX seems to. I don't think it's coming. I don't think it's coming. And if it doesn't, I'm going to make a standalone video because it's a topic that I'm very passionate about recently. It's getting on my nerves with the way that they do things with that. But we got three games to unbox. We got Saints Row 4 to do a lot of. We're not going to beat it today, no chance, because I've got so much to do on it. I'm going out tonight and I'm probably going to film bits of that. And yeah, but first, something I want to do before I unbox these is I want to do a CEX stock check, because I didn't do that yesterday and I normally do that every day, just to see if there's anything in my local CEX's ecosystem, to see if there's anything worth me going down to pick up, because I've only been to a CEX once this week. Okay, so we'll work our way through my list, shall we? So there's the Dragon Ball Z HD collection for PS3. It's not technically part of the Classics HD line, but I'm trying to collect them all, so I kind of need it. Good. That is a good sign. It's not in one of the shops that it was supposed to be in anymore, which means it's probably on its way to mine, because basically I found out the guy that owns mine, I think he watches my videos, and he owns like 4 others, and they said if there is ever anything in any of the other ones that I'm after, they'll move it to my actual local so that it's easier for me to get, and this was one of those. And it's disappeared from the one that I'd seen it at now, and hopefully that means it's on its way to here. So let me just pull up my list of other stuff that I'm after, and we'll get looking. We'll look for some of the more obscure stuff as well that I don't typically check on every time because I don't need it desperately, but didn't mean to. So I want Jesus Christ, the God of War collection's at that. Alright, God of War 2 Special Edition is 35 quid. Yeah, nowhere near. I'm hoping that's quite a cool little box. I'd like a God of War. I'd like some collector's editions of games, like big box stuff. Not many, but yeah. Then there's the Transformers game that never makes any sense because of the weird way they've done the covers. I'll show you what I mean. I've shown it before, but I think they've assigned the wrong cover to one of these. Basically, either this one here on the left, Transformers, or this one here on the right, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, have got the wrong cover because they've got the same cover. And I think it's the one on the left that's got the wrong cover. I think that this Transformers Director's Cut is the special version of this one over here, which is a $5. And obviously at 35 versus 5, I want the 5. But I don't even know if that's the game that I really want, because obviously it's not got the front cover on it that's proper. And the nearest one's Tamworth, which isn't exactly nearby. But the Transformers Director's Cut. Yeah, it's still just 2, Dudley and Aya. Next up, we've got Tekken Hybrid, which hasn't changed in price since I last looked. Nor has it changed in location. I'm gonna pick up the pace a little bit here because I don't want to be here all day doing this for you guys. I want to get to unboxing. So Final Fronts. Yeah, kind of. TMNT 2. It'll just be Bedford, as always. Okay. That's interesting. There's a second listing now. Back in a sec. Okay, so what I've just done is I've just ordered that game, and that is now the third time that I've ordered TMNT 2. Usually, the only listing for it is this Bedford one, which I think is a reprinted cover, or there's something wrong with it, which means they won't send it out. And I'm sick of paying for the delivery on this game for it to not come. So what I've done is I've click and collected it to the Bedford store, knowing that they won't send that one out, which means they'll be forced to send out this one at Epsom, which is new. That is different. Hopefully that one's not knackered and they will send me that one out, voiding the delivery fee, because they have to void the delivery fee because they are click and collecting wrong. Because, as I said earlier on, there's another game that I've ordered that I don't think is going to get sent out for the same reason this one never gets sent out, and it's because, hang on, as a good thing, CEX will not use e-commerce for reprinted covers and things like that. They just won't send it out. They'll just cancel the order. But at the same time, I wish that meant they also wouldn't show it as online stock. If the copy of your game in your store is in such shoddy condition you can't send it out to somebody, stop letting us have the option to pay for it online. Just have it in your store It doesn't need to be stocked online. You can sell it if somebody wants to pick it up in person. If somebody wants to walk into the shop and buy it. If that's the only way you can buy it, because it's the only way you'll sell it, stop stocking it for people like me that see it like this. This is really annoying. This is the third time I've paid for this game, and it's gone up in price twice since the first time. Because every time I try to pay for it, they cancel it because it's not a good enough copy. But now there's 2 copies rather than 1, so I'm hoping that second one is good enough. Here's hoping. And I'm pretty sure that the other game that I paid for like 3 days ago now, that I still not had a confirmation email for because of the fact that they are definitely not going to send it because it's going to be another reprinted cover, they're not going to send out either. In which case, don't stock it on your website. Just have it in your store. If it isn't good enough to send out, don't stock it on your website. That seems pretty simple. CEX is a massive company. They should be robust enough to handle that sort of micro difference between, you know? I just feel like it shouldn't be rocket science. Or perhaps don't sell very expensive games for the same price with a reprinted cover as you'd sell with the original cover, because that other game's like 65, 70 quid. Anyway, let's move on to the other stuff, shall we? Can skip that one, can skip that one, can skip that one. Umbrella. One more Resident Evil game, I think. See, those two are both very local, but like, it does mean getting on a train for an £8 game, and I'd need there to be more than just one game that I need at that shop for me to bother. There's also this that I'm after, because it's one of my missing PlayStation 2 games. There is one in Wolverhampton as well, but it's a Platinum Edition because I've seen it, because I tried. I've already failed that one. Obscure PS2 game, go. Sitting Ducks. Because again, it's one of my missing ones. That's a no. Stubbs. This is a game I've been after for quite a while. The price has gone up twice. I should have just ordered it. Yep, still nowhere near. Alice Madness. Technically, I own this game on 360, so paying a fortune for it on console isn't the smartest thing in the world. But curious nonetheless. 28 quid. Telford. That's okay. Telford's a possibility. What else? Again, I own this one, so I don't need to buy it, but it would be nice to have again. Nope. Which is good because it's 52 quid. Bayonetta, the PS4 version of it, which comes with a different game as well. Tamworth. Tamworth seems to have a fair few things recently. I've never been to that one. And then this is one that I might need to go and get physically because I think it's in one of my locals. Yeah, Newcastle under Lyme. I can get there pretty rapidly. But for a £2 game, do I want to travel that far? No, I don't know. Like, is a half an hour drive worth it for a £2 game? Okay, now for 2 Castlevanias that I saw that are apparently God of War clones, and I kind of like God of War clones. So you've got Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Stoke, which is basically Little Newcastle. I could double up and do both. Where's the other one? But would I prefer them on PS3? Stoke. So I could go to Stoke and get both Castlevanias, and then trip over to Little Newcastle, but, you know. But would I prefer them on PS3? Telford. So that would be another reason to go to Telford. I like Telford. It is a further drive, but I quite like the drive to Telford. It's peaceful. And Little Wolf, one of the Wolf runs, at one of the Wolverhamptons. It's interesting. Though that's my list at the minute of stuff. There's nothing really I'm after that's pretty urgent. There's some other stuff on my list, but it's more replacement cases rather than actual like brand new games. So yeah. Right then, I've got 3 parcels to get open, and I'm not sure what's going to be in what, so let's go through them, shall we? This one looks to be the easiest, because for some reason it's the only one without the thing being taped over. Okay, here we go. We've got 2 games in this one, which is kind of interesting. So we got Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Z, which has been harder to come across than you might think, and Resident Evil Dead Aim, with a case that needs looking like I need to clean it up a little bit, because it looks like it's got some poo on it, which, you know, fantastic. Okay, next up we have, this was the expensive one, Resident Evil Survivor 2 Code Veronica, or just Resident Evil Survivor 2. This was £60, I want to say. I think there's none of them in CEX's ecosystem right now, so add that to my list of decently rare games, I suppose. Which leaves just this one, which has Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 in. So what this does is it completes my Dragon Ball collection, I think, and nearly completes my Resident Evil collection. I am going to see if I can tidy up that Resident Evil dead aim because it looks a bit pooey. Like it looks like somebody's taken a poo down the sleeve. Like who's pooing down my sleeves, you little poo sleeve. The Resident Evil Survivor one is interesting because it's got a black case. Those are decently rare too. Anyway, we are now back playing Saints Row 4 for a few hours before we go out. Although it turns out our night out has been scuppered a little bit because they're doing some sort of bingo night like an hour after we intended to get there, which is really annoying because we don't want to deal with that. We just wanted to go and drink and eat and stuff and not have to, deal with microphones and speakers and stuff. So we're going to go a bit earlier. So we're going at like 6 instead of 7 so that we get 2 hours before that bingo stuff starts. So I'm just going to, for a few hours, watch podcasts and do side stuff in Saints Row. I want to try and get as much of the side stuff done before I really powerhouse the story as I possibly can because it's just addictive. I don't know why. There's something about how the movement is in Saints Row 4. It's just very fun to do the sides. Like, everyone's saying that being able to do stuff like this ruins Saints Row, but it's just... Yes, it doesn't feel like Saints Row anymore, but it just feels like a different kind of fun game. Everybody always said that they wanted more prototype games. We only got 2. This is the next best thing, It's the same movement system with the gliding and all of that. But, I can go and do these big red orb things now. Although I haven't got my favourite weapon yet, and I need to work out how to get it. Whether I have to do missions to get it or not, I'm not sure. Because there's a weapon in the game called the bounce rifle where you basically shoot one guy and the projectile will lob itself between everybody. That's incredibly satisfying. I want to figure out how to get that so I can have my way with whoever I want to have my way with. That's interesting. He did a little parkour there. Did you see that? I think there's 1,200 of these things in total. And I think I've got about 200 of them so far. I know that it says 135, but that's how many are currently in my inventory. You use them to upgrade your powers. So there is actually reason to collect them. Because again, that's a problem a lot of games have. Where they give you collectibles, but they don't give you a reason to collect them beyond just... Yeah, I've got 300, there you go. 300 or 1255. If there's going to be side stuff in a game, for me to want to do it, I need a reason to do it. Otherwise, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing side stuff for cosmetics. I ain't doing side stuff for weapons or anything that's never going to get used or that's going to get outclassed by something in 2 seconds. It's just not going to happen. But this is fun. It's worthwhile. There's the floating one there that I can't do anything with yet. And again, because of how accurate the climbing is, it's worthwhile. It's so funny how I can still drive. You can still use cars. There'd just be no reason to use a car. And that's another thing that I think makes the side stuff fun in this game, is that the world isn't huge, really. It's the same size as Saints Row 3, which is built for getting around via vehicle, not superpowers. Which means you can get from one end of the map to the other very rapidly. And therefore, despite all the side stuff, like if I go and save right now, I bet I'm 20% in or so. 19% in an hour and 48 minutes. So in less than 2 hours, I've done 1/5 of the total completion of the game. So like, even if you were to 100% the game, it wouldn't take you absurd amounts of time. So now I'm going around doing more of the unlockables, because we have unlocked, well, this to do. You'll have recognised this game in just about every game it's ever been in. It's the pipe thing. I'm usually pretty quick at stuff like this, because it's never usually that hard. 34 of them in the game. I'm probably going to do them all in one go, because it's a really easy way of getting extra money. Because the more of the simulation you take over, the more hourly income you get. So, yeah. Here's another one. And again, we get around so fast that it's just... I'm taking damage outside the sim. Oh. There we go. What am I taking damage from? I'm being beaten by a construction worker. Get out my face. Yeah. That's what happens when you dick about. You find out. To the next one. Level 14. I don't know what the max level is. I think it's like... It's either 30 or 50. I don't think it's less than that. Right. Here's another one. Oh, didn't... Oh, it was another construction worker. He probably deserved it. Okay. Straight across. Or not. Next. There's one more in this area, and then we've got them all. Is it you? See, you can really bang out the collectibles in this quick. Just like people in the cinema need to be. Next. I wonder how long it's going to take me to do them all. My guess is not very. I know that they get harder as you go through them, and obviously I've done like a third of them, but easy money. No construction workers here to be concerned about. Oh, this is an interesting one, okay. Done. Next. This is... I think the ones in Bioshock are like 10 times as hard as these. I'm not even looking, I'm just guessing. Okay, so I'm going to go straight down. Next. Up to these ones over here. You get the gist. I am concerned because once again the curse strikes. Please just don't have lost me so much progress again, because I'd nearly finished all 34 of the things. How much progress have I lost? Again. Better question is, why don't these games have more robust autosave systems? This is a remastered game at this point. Come on. I literally had like 4 more of these to do. And... oh no, how much have I... oh no. Oh, okay. No, it's fine. I still have done 30 out of 34. It's autosaved me really well. Oh, thank God for that. Okay. Back to the stores then. I love... just look how much stuff there is to do, by the way. This map will be clear by the time I'm done. Right, that's fine then. 4 more to do. I'll do them on camera, I suppose, because they're all getting pretty long. I haven't got my aircon on today for the first time since like a week. It's breezy enough outside that it's just kind of okay. For anybody wondering, it's 3 PM, so got about 2.5 hours-ish before we leave. That's a thing. That checkpoint thing that I just went past is something I'll do later. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to 100% the game, but I'm definitely going to do a lot of it. Like, we'll see. It's not taking too long, like I said. Like we've nearly done all 34 of these things in like, I want to say 20 minutes. And some of them are getting harder because we've only got a few more left, but like, still not too long-winded. The most annoying thing is when you're getting shot at while trying to do it, because that'll knock you out of it quicker. You have to run and go after a golden Sid. Oh wow, I actually ran out of sprint. I forgot that could happen. Jesus Christ, are we going to the complete other end of the map? What is happening? But I feel like literally all 4 Saints Row games that I've played have had some sort of glitch. I've gotten decently unlucky with what's happened. But this is the first time that I haven't lost progress, at least. Okay. 30. Only problem with my door not being open is that. Still getting through them pretty rapidly, look. That's 31. 3 more to go. One there. I presume there'll be a trophy associated with getting all of them done. You would have thought it would. Right, next. come on. This one's kind of hard, you know. I don't pre-plan things either. I'll just do it. How do we keep... Got it, with 2 seconds remaining. See? Can't beat me, mate. 2 more to go. That one's pretty hard. Why did it say there was one over here and then it disappeared? Right. Nearly done now. These last 2 are going to be a struggle, I can tell. Okay. Ooh. Done. One more to go. You over there. See, like, I don't know why this is satisfying to me, but it is. Can't believe this has been a 5-minute long segment. When did that happen? I suppose it was me just hyper-focusing. But there's not a lot going on today. Good news is, by the way, is that the turtles, I think it's coming. So, you know, I click and collected it to Bedford. Well, Bedford rejected it like I knew they would. And it's then gone to the other store, and the other store appears to be sending it out. Like, I've got the confirmation email. So I think I'm finally going to be winning the turtles thing. The other one, though, still think there's very little chance of that happening. Was that really the last one and I got it done that easily? That's 34 out of 34. Trophy? 34 out of 34. No trophy. Really? Kinda disappointed. Not that I care about trophies, but like... I'd care about platinum trophies if all games agreed that there wasn't silly stipulations behind them. Because some games really have silly platinums, and that would stop me doing it. Okay, so I just got hold of my favourite weapon in the game, the bounce rifle, which bounces bullets between people. I fired 1 shot just then, and it took out 9 guys. This is the way to deal with enemies in this game. Let's fly over to another one and test it out. We also, in that last mission, got telekinesis. So now these balls that are floating around with the orbs in, I can pick up and throw, along with, you know, people. More power by the minute. Oh no, enemies. Hi guys. Be a shame if I just... You know, if I could actually land my shots. Really? There we go. Ah, not a warden. These guys are boring. No one likes these discount prototype enemies. You gotta lob stuff at them or freeze them to knock the shield down. I don't even know if the bounce rifle does damage to him. He caught it! Oh dear. Right, hang on. To the shotgun for this one. You, come here. How much health you got? Like 1/3. Do people count to knock your shield away? They do. Okay. Absorption. Very much so a Matrix reference. There's loads of Matrix references in this game. There was even a trophy called Woe after we broke out the simulation. Lovely stuff. Okay, so now I'm being attacked by a bunch of purple cats. But the good thing is with the bounce rifle, is one shot can take out many of them. I need to take out 60. That's 15. You can see them all dropping in. Come on, boys, keep spawning. You'll never get close enough for it to matter because of this rifle. That 24. Just dropping bodies. They drop into the side of me. They can't get near me. The side stuff is actually fun in Saints Row 4, whereas Saints Row 1 and 2 it was questionable. 1 especially so. Especially with how much of it you had to do. Isn't it funny how that evolves, right? In 1 and 2, you're forced to do it. In 4, it's just fun enough that I want to do it. Anyone else? Still 12 more. They're literally spawning in, just dead. I can throw their bodies around. 53. It's funny because it will hit civilians too. 55. 58. There we go. Done. Next. Right. You know when you're driving and you sort of like black out most of what you've just done and it's like, oh yeah, we're done now, we're home. And you're like, I just drove home and don't remember much of it. Well, I just did that, but with like all the side stuff in Saints Row 4. So if we look at the map now, I've done 77 out of 77 targets and 34 out of 34 stores, meaning I've done all of the side stuff. And how long have I been playing? All I need to do now is the story, the activities and the collectibles, and we're basically done. And I've been playing for 4 hours and 20 minutes, that said. Like, realistically, am I going to get all of these collectibles? No. Because what's the point? They don't show up on the thing and there's literally over 1,000 of them. That's excessive. But, like, that is all the side stuff done besides the activities. And it's currently 5:15. So, I've got like 45 minutes till I leave. So, probably get some of the activities done. Let's go see what activities there are, shall we? We've got this speed rift. We'll do this one right now. Don't know what it is. We'll find out. But once all of the stuff on the map is done, I think I'm done with side stuff. Like, I don't feel the need to get all of these things because there's just too many. And beyond a point, it becomes not helpful, especially when I'm not going to use every power in the game all the time. But it will be pretty much 100% in terms of, like, content. Collectibles are not content. Sorry, they're just not. So this is a race, but in Cyberland. I liked the races. The races were fun. I can't believe I just did 77 things in a row and haven't had a drink since I feel dirty. Right. Okay, so hang on. This is different. This is weird. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not supposed to hold down. I'm trying to get my head around what I'm really doing here. So, I don't actually have to press anything for him to run forwards. I'm just aiming him left to right and jumping. But he's a bit slippery. I don't like that he's a bit slippery. We'll see. When you're in burst mode, all the barriers get throughable. We're not even in... we're not even in thingy yet. That's not good. Yeah, this is much harder than the race. Right, there's bronze. So now we need to hit enough of these to get the thing back again. And not fall down a hole. We're on silver, or aiming for silver. I don't think we've gotten silver. I don't like this one much. This seems less fun. Really? What the fuck? I don't know how much longer we're going for, but it feels like I'm not getting gold in this one. Because it just feels like I've been going way too long to get gold. I need like 20 more thousand. I don't think I'm getting gold this time. Am I going to try? Probably. Oh shit, probably not. We don't seem to be on a timer. I think it's just the distance of the track. This is a weird activity, like it's lasting ages. Ah, we did get gold. Okay. It just feels like it's a race that's happening really slowly, so I shouldn't have gotten gold. You know? Like, it doesn't matter what happens now, I've won. I hope there's not many of this one. This one seems to be so long-winded. If it took me this long to do each of those 77 activities, good lord, imagine how long it would have taken. This looks like the end. Is this the end? Right, yay, thrilling. That was 6 minutes, Jesus Christ, or nearly. Got gold though. Yay. Right then, 6 PM, time to take a break from the Saints Row and go get food. Don't know what happened there, I turned into Woody Woodpecker. But, food time.
Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Are you a good girl? Is Ruby a good girl? Ruby knows she's been a good girl today. She hasn't made a peep. She's been chilling, lying on the blankets rather than in the bed. She wants some belly rubs. She loves belly rubs. She's such a good dog. She's a good girl. Aren't you, Rubes? Sniff, sniff. Did she actually just... I think she did hit the lens. I think the lens is okay. It's fine. You're going to have a nap while we're out. Your grandmother's going to come and visit you in a few hours. It's fine. My mother comes and lets herself in sometimes when we're out for extended periods of time just so that Ruby can go for a wee while we're gone. You're nibbling. You nibble. You've got such a weak jaw. Before this dog, my like childhood dog was a Staffy. And like if we played tug of war, I couldn't win. There was no world in which I could win against Millie. But Ruby's weak. Ruby's weak as piss. The taxi driver's late. I'm not surprised. Roadworks in this town are awful. But I'd have planned ahead. So we're in Revolution now. And my old accountant, or at least one of the guys that was the accountant apprentice that was dealing with it, is like over there in like some sort of graduation gown. So maybe he's graduated his accountancy or whatever it was. I don't know. Still don't feel like I should have had an apprentice doing anything to do with my stuff. It's not exactly.
He had your passwords and everything.
He had too much. Anyway, let's get some food. Okay, drinks, food, shots. They're all for me. She got 2 drinks herself, but the shots are all for me. We'll see. That was strange. drank this one last.
You should have looked at what they were.
It tasted like bleach. Okay. You know, there's a sign in the toilets that says they're hiring. They're shutting down in a month.
I thought that.
I don't think they are. We came here 8 years ago on our first date, that's why we're here now. That burger was messy. That burger was moist.
Delicious though.
Like your mother. Anyone that came from TikTok that watched the Ibiza vlogs last year, I'm gonna make you feel old now. That's been like 9 months.
Kale likes fruity drinks.
I do like fruity drinks. Pina colada. Although this is the first time I've drank since last year, pretty much. I had a couple at a friend's wedding. How many months ago was that wedding? April.
And we've had like a bottle of wine at home every now and again.
On Valentine's Day, that's 4 months, nearly 5 months ago. I don't drink.
We don't drink at home.
No, I'm always pretty tidy with my food because of the gym, so, you know, today's a one-off. And to be fair, a couple of weeks ago, I had a KFC. You remember the KFC? That, we worked out.
That was a week ago.
Oh, whatever. That, we worked out, that was 4,500 calories with the KFC. So this will barely touch the sides of that. I woke up lighter 2 days later, so what's the worst? Just spent another like 5 minutes at the bar, because apparently it's free drink Friday, so we got a free one as well as them ones. And then it's also 2 for 1 until 9, so there's another 2 on the way. This one's much stronger. And now another one, and then we go to Wetherspoons. Doesn't taste that much different.
Strong.
Doesn't taste much different though, considering it's a different one. This is a salted one. The other one was supposed to just be a regular peanuts colada. Peanuts colada, I don't know. Peanuts collider. It is now the next day. I slept awfully. Although I've woken up to an email from CEX saying that you know that one game that I ordered nearly a week ago that was pretty rare. There was only one of them. Well, the email says sorry, can't find it. Great. You can find it. It's a reprinted cover, isn't it? In which case, as always, stop showing it as an online listing. Just have it in the store so that people can buy it if they choose. But also, I was looking at the prices of stuff, and so much has gone up in price on CEX. Except Kuon's come down like 50 quid. For those that don't know, Kuon was like just shy of £700 before for a regular edition with a manual. Now it's like £650, so bargain, I suppose. Anyway, I need to end this video here because I need to start tomorrow's video, which is today's video. For me. Yeah. Something like that.